Hey gamers, today we're going to look at Oliver Twist. Let's check it out. To set for the game, you're going to randomly draw these tokens out of this bag here and put them all here on the day side of the board. There's a night side you'll play for the second half. You're going to leave out these little window tokens from the first half of the game, and of course these window cards. Those will be used in the second half of the game. Each player is going to start with $10, and dollars also come in cardboards of 5 and 1. You're going to shuffle the stack of character cards, put it over the side, put the Fagin board here, put these tokens in descending order, starting with the 6 and moving all the way down to the 2 there. You're going to put Oliver Twist, a pawn that everyone is going to control, right here where you see the outline of him. He'll start right there on the board. And you get this this is probably one of the coolest player shields I have ever seen here. You have these little windows that kind of look and see. This is where his bed is, and that's where you keep your money. And it doesn't matter where you try to hide it. If someone can peek in this window and look to the left and to the right, and they can find and see, and the game tells you you can do that. You can look into people's windows to see what they have, see what they've discarded. This is your police file I'll get to in a minute, but you can see what they've discarded in their police file, and you can also see how much money they have if you keep peeking in the windows. I absolutely love that part of the game. One thing I hate about the game is the backside here. They give you this pointless thing to put here where you can put these little discs and kind of hold them onto these areas and kind of stack them on here. This does not work. It falls over. It's horrible. It's the worst thing. I don't know why they couldn't make it to where it connected to this or something or snapped in. It just falls right off. Awful, awful, awful. Discard it, throw it away. They're no good. But the rest of it, really nice, very thematic. Absolutely love the player shields there. Now each player will start with 2 generic items. You'll just shuffle these out and give them out. And they're just generic starting items to kind of get them started on a few sets, because this is all about set collections. You're pickpocketing people and selling those collections to Fagin. Now how the game starts, it starts with whoever's the first player, and they can move Oliver Twist 4 spaces or less around this in a straight line, wherever they want to go. They can't double back, but they can go in a straight line. Now what they can do is they can take anything they skip over goes into their police file later on at the end of the round. That may come to hurt them later on, but you can skip over, you know, up to 4 spaces. You can skip up to 3 of these, but you have to put them in your police file, which could be bad later on. But if you land on the first one, you take this one and put it behind your player shield. And then it'd be the next player's turn. Now on another turn, what you could do is you could sell to Fagin. You have to have at least 3 of the same types. Let's say I had 3 of these necklaces. All right, now I wanted to sell to Fagin. So I have 3. I count the coins on them, 3, 6, 9. I would get $9 for giving these to Fagin. Now, because I was the first one there, I'd also get a bonus of $6 as well. Woohoo, very nice. And then the next person who sells gets 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, what if I had 5 of these, 5 of the same? Well, Fagin really likes that. On top of getting the 9, on top of getting the 6, if you see here on his little player card, anyone who has 5 or more, he's going to give you another bonus of 7 coin. And even when these tiles run out, he'll still give you that bonus. So it's just a way to save until you got more sets and get big bonuses for Fagin. So that's how it works selling to Fagin. So again, actions: moving Oliver Twist and taking a tile or token, put in your player board, or selling to Fagin. The third thing you can do is play a character card. Character cards you can gain by getting this disc. When you pick it up, you just discard it, and you pick the top card from the deck, and you'll save it. It's a special ability that you can do, or something special in the game you can use whenever you want to, but it takes an action to play that card. Now, if you're in an area, let's say that you're over here, somehow Oliver got all the way here and all these other tokens have been taken. You're like, well, let me see, where can I go here? I can go 1, 2, 3, 4. No, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh no, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh man, I get to waste my turn. No, it says here on the board, you can pay $2 and move Oliver Twist to any area you want, any other empty space, so we can start in a different place. And Oliver will be stranded sometimes during this game. And even if there's, you know, maybe I was right here and I could go here if I wanted to, but I really want to go over there. Well, pay $2 and go over there. By the way, I should mention these tokens here are, you know, miscellaneous, could be anything. So if you want to get that extra set collection, you could use this one, and this is like a wild card token. There are other tokens in the game that you will be gathering, you will be picking up. If you pass over it, it goes into your police profile, but if you pick it up, it is an item. This item will be used in the second half of the game, and you'll keep these. These are the ones that won't go away. Now, how the first round ends is when all the tokens are taken and the first player who can't play. Remember, even though all the tokens are taken, you can still play by playing character cards or by selling things to Fagin. So it keeps going around until someone can't take a turn. That someone who can't take a turn, they're going to lose $4. Ouch! And that's going to be it. Then you're going to discard all your tiles back in, and of course you discard your starter tiles too. And then everyone's going to pull out their police file. And the person who has the most stolen items in their police file, not the ones that they held later on and collected, but the ones they passed over would be in their police file. Whoever has the most, they're going to suffer a penalty for each different item they have in their police file. They're going to have to pay $1. Not too bad of a penalty, but pretty bad. Now, let me set this up and show you how the second half of the game works. So for the second half of the game, you're going to flip the game board over, and it's nighttime now. Now, Oliver Twist is still in his area here, but all these tokens are now flipped over to night. Now, the next player to go was the last player, and they'll flip over 12 tiles in a row. And they can't flip over anymore until they flipped over all those 12 tiles. Now, the only thing is, any item tokens, remember, you still keep. You don't throw these back in. They're replaced by these little window tokens that are robbery tokens. And how that works, let's say I move 2, I take this apple, throw it in my police file, and then take this robbery token. Well, I would get a card plus 4 other cards because I have 4 other items. So that's a total of 5 cards. So I take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I look at them, and these are all positive. Sometimes they're negative numbers. These are all positive here. And I'll take the biggest one. Well, that's a 10 plus. I'll take that one. So I take that one, put it behind my player shield, and put these other at the bottom of the deck. And then I have to get rid of one of my items. So the next time I go to rob a house, I get a 1 plus 3. And then the next time I see 1 plus 2, and then the last time be 1 plus 1. As you see, that's why you want to get these items, because you can get some of these big victory point cards at night by stealing, by robbing other houses. And of course, Fagin is reset here. There are more character cards you can get in this round. And then of course, the game will end when someone cannot play one of the areas here. And once they do that, then it goes to selling to Fagin or playing character cards. The last player that can't play, of course, they pay the $4 again because they were last. And then you do the whole police file thing and then subtract the points there. And of course, whoever has the most points wins. Final thoughts. What do I think about the game? Well, I already did a review on Around the World in 80 Days, and as you see, it looks very similar to that cover. And this is from a series. They're going to do a series of 3 games. The third one, they came out with it, but they didn't give it this cover. Too bad, because I would have bought it if they did. I love the look of these games. I love the push the picture out to open up the game to it slides out here. That player shield is the best one ever. I love, because everyone is peeking in windows and there's no way for you to hide your money. I absolutely love that. Or no way to find out who has that many, how many more tokens they have. Okay, they have more than me, okay. And you're totally peeking in people's windows, and it's very thematic because you're a thief, you know. That's what you do. You peek in other people's windows. What you got in there? The night side of the board where everything's, you know, covered. We really enjoyed that too. It's very thematic. It feels like it's nighttime and you're sneaking through, and you got those item cards in the daytime that really didn't help you out, but in nighttime you can get some big points. So getting those are good, but then you have to sacrifice getting good pieces where people are selling stuff for Fagin for a lot of money. Really awesome game. Now, I've read this book, and a lot of the cards, the character cards, are characters from the game, and I was really impressed with this. So another of these book series ones that are really good, and this is another one that's super cheap. In fact, I'd heard of Around the World in 80 Days. I had never ever heard about this game until I was doing more study about Around the World in 80 Days. This game, super cheap too, 10, 15 bucks. Definitely worth it. It looks beautiful, and it is such a fun and yet simple game, but super fun and super strategic. You wouldn't think something like that with 3 easy choices would be strategic, but it is. Awesome game. Absolutely love it. All right, gamers, that's it for now, but you know what to do. Until next time, game on!